Cruise lines claim that they're just cutting out unnecessary extras that nobody really needed, but longtime cruisers aren't buying it because they see their beloved traditions quietly disappearing in the name of cost cutting. So, who is right? Were these just outdated relics? Or is the cruise experience slowly losing what made it feel so special? Let's take a look. I'm going to give you my take on each of these changes, but I would love to hear what you think. Have you noticed any of these things or any other similar changes? And what do you think of them? Drop it in the comments below. And if you love all things cruising, tips, tricks, and updates, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video. Just a few years ago, you would walk into a freshly made up cabin that was done twice a day. Morning service took care of tidying up, while the evening turn-down service added that final touch. Fluffed pillows, dimmed lights, maybe a little chocolate on your bed. But in recent years, most cruise lines have cut back to just once a day housekeeping, unless you're in a suite. So for some, it's a reasonable change. I mean, do we really need 2 cleanings a day? For others, it's a loss of that extra luxury that made cruising special. After all, isn't the part of the appeal of a cruise that you don't have to worry about making the bed? So my take, I loved coming back to a freshly made bed and a turn-down service, but I can see why cruise lines are cutting back on this, because efficiency is key and it often comes at the expense of that pampered feeling. So what do you think? Is it a smart cut on the cruise line's part, or is it a lost luxury that you would love to have back? For years, towel animals were one of those little surprises that made cruising magical. You'd come back to your cabin to find a monkey hanging from the ceiling, an elephant sitting on your bed, or even a swan with your sunglasses on. But now, many cruise lines have stopped making them, saying that they take up too much time for already busy housekeeping staff. Some guests say that they never really cared about towel animals, while others, they feel like it's another small joy that's disappearing. After all, it's not about the towel, it's about the creativity and the fun memories that came with it. Now, I personally miss them, but again, I do understand that it's a lot more laundry to do, so I am really happy with my one occasional towel animal that still shows up on some sailings. Now, are towel animals a cruise must-have for you, or are you okay with them disappearing? I remember when midnight buffets were a cruise staple, which was a great thing for night owls. Over the years, that tradition disappeared, but at least there were usually 24-hour snack places or late-night room service. Now, even those options are shrinking. Now sure, on most ships that we sailed on, pizza is usually available late into the night, but sometimes you may want something else. I found it especially strange on ships like Utopia of the Seas that promotes short weekend cruises with a lot of organized activities going late into the night. I mean, not everybody loves pizza every night. So my take, for those who love staying up for all these late night activities and entertainment, it would be great to have something other than just pizza available at 2 a.m. What do you think? Do you think there should be more late-night dining options? Just a few years ago, you could order anything off the room service menu free of charge, and it was a small luxury that made staying in your cabin a little more convenient. But lately, cruise lines have been adding fees for room service, and some people say it makes sense because room service does require extra staff and resources. Others feel like this is just another way cruise lines are nickel and diming guests, and after all, aren't we already paying for food in our fare, so why should we pay extra for the convenience of eating in our room? Now, my take, it was amazing to order a full breakfast to be delivered so you can have it on your balcony in the morning, but with the current staffing problems that cruise lines have, I don't think they have the capacity to offer this service efficiently for free. So now we just go get our own breakfast and bring it back to our cabin so we get some more steps in, little exercise, and then we still get to enjoy our morning routine. What do you think? Do you think the room service fees are fair, or should it still be complimentary? Lobster night used to be the highlight of many cruises. You could order as many tails as you wanted, and some guests definitely took advantage of that. But over time, cruise lines started putting limits in place, often capping it. For example, Royal Caribbean allows you to have one lobster tail, and you can buy the second one for around $18. Now, some people say it's fair. After all, seafood isn't cheap. Others argue that unlimited lobster night was part of the cruise experience, and we're already paying a lot for the fares, so this new policy just makes it feel like another cost-saving move. Some guests really did go overboard. But for many, unlimited lobster night was a special treat. I personally would vote for a 2 lobster tail limit because those things are often pretty small. But what do you think? Are these limits fair? Or do you miss the all-you-can-eat lobster nights on a cruise? For many decades, formal nights were the event of the cruise. People dressed to the nines, photographers snapped elegant portraits, and the atmosphere was pure sophistication. But as cruising became more casual and more family-oriented, fewer people are dressing up, and most cruise lines have relaxed their dress codes. So for some, it's a welcome change. After all, not everybody wants to pack a tux or an evening gown. But for others, it's a loss of an important tradition that made cruising very different from any other vacation. So what's my take? Well, if you've seen any of my other videos, you already know that our family loves to dress up for elegant nights. But I also get why some people prefer the casual cruise vibe. Still, there's something very nostalgic about a classic formal night. So, do you still like to dress up for formal nights, or are you happier with the more relaxed dress code nowadays? Remember when every stateroom had a printed daily planner? It was your go-to guide for everything happening on board. Now, most cruise lines have gone digital and replaced those paper schedules with a mobile app. Now sure, it's convenient to check your phone, but what about when the Wi-Fi is spotty or your phone is dead? Plus, flipping through a paper planner just feels different. It's a small tradition that added to the experience. So my take, I get it, apps are easy, but it was a lot more convenient to see the full day on one sheet of paper and going through it with a highlighter to book your favorite events. So what do you prefer? Phone apps or paper planners? Or does it really make a difference to you? Drop a comment. So are these smart updates, or are we losing the magic of cruising? Well, there's not really a right or wrong answer, but I cannot wait to hear your thoughts. I will read every comment, so please drop a comment below and let's chat. And if you enjoyed this, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more cruising tips, and I'll see you in next video.